Ladies and gentlemen, what's really happening in Zimbabwe right now is not your regular political soap opera. This isn't just another round of cabinet reshuffles or low budget ribbon cutting ceremonies. No. What we are watching is a quiet, deliberate hijacking of the entire nation. And this time it's not being done with tanks in the streets or court papers in parliament. It's being done with family ties, hidden blueprints, and the oldest weapon in African politics, betrayal. Zimbabwe is no longer just a country struggling with inflation and potholes. It's a battleground for a monarchy in the making, and the crown isn't made of gold, it's stitched with camouflage and wrapped in deception. And just when we thought the circus had packed up and left with Mugabe, Emmerson Mnangagwa is building his own tent, and this one doesn't even pretend to be about democracy. The entire charade exploded into the public space, not through a press conference, not through parliament, but through the unlikeliest of sources, a top ZANU-PF minister. Yes, that one, with verbal diarrhea. A man who used to walk the corridors of power with his chest out, thinking he was next in line for the throne, or at least the vice presidency. He was promised the world, a seat next to the king, the keys to the kingdom, maybe even a state-assigned prophet to confirm his anointing. Instead, he's now just another statistic in the long list of comrades chewed up by the system they once protected. This minister, once paraded like the poster child of the Second Republic, is now leaking documents, spilling secrets, and calling out Mnangagwa's true intentions, not because he found Jesus, but because he found out the only loyalty that matters in this government is bloodline. The betrayal runs deep, and according to him, the president isn't planning for retirement or succession. He's planning for coronation. The real game, he claims, has nothing to do with 2028 elections or ZANU-PF conferences. It's about building a dynasty so tight, so sealed, that no opposition party, court judgment, or even military dissent can crack it. In Mnangagwa's inner circle, the word is out. The future must be secured. Our blood must be in the foundation. That's not political strategy. That's the language of monarchs, of warlords, of dynasties that don't end with ballots but with bloodlines. Every move being made, from cabinet reshuffles to new appointments in the security sector, is allegedly designed to tighten this grip, to install family, clan members, and tribal loyalists into positions that matter, until the entire government is just a family WhatsApp group with ministerial titles. And just when you think it's bad enough, along comes the crown prince, Sean Mnangagwa. Not a seasoned soldier, not a military hero, not even a respected technocrat, just the president's son, allegedly being fast-tracked to replace General Valerio Sivanda as head of the Zimbabwe Defense Forces. Let that sink in. The same army that removed a sitting president in 2017 is now being handed over to the son of the man they installed, like it's a family heirloom. No one voted for Sean. No one even knew he wanted to command the army. But apparently, that doesn't matter, because when you are building a dynasty, experience is optional. All you need is a surname, a few briefings with Chinese and Russian advisors, and a loyal father at the top willing to bulldoze every obstacle between you and the barracks. Sources close to the matter say Sean is already being introduced to elite military units, given access to high-level intelligence meetings, and treated as a rising star in the army that used to pride itself on hierarchy and discipline. And what about General Sibanda? Apparently, he has become too independent for comfort, maybe too honest, maybe too Shumba clan to be fully trusted in a system where family ties now trump national service. Rumors are swirling that he is sympathetic to the reformist wing. Think Chiwenga, think Blessed Geza. And in this current environment, that's enough to get you retired, reassigned, or quietly removed. That is, if you are not killed. One senior military figure put it bluntly: if Sean Mnangagwa takes over the army, this is no longer a republic. It's a monarchy dressed in army boots. But wait, this isn't just about tanks and generals. It's about soft power. The regime has learned something Mugabe only flirted with. When you can't win the people, you distract them. So, what's the strategy now? Entertain them. Flood the streets with music. Flood the airwaves with propaganda. Flood the minds of the youth with nationalistic pride disguised as art. Gospel singers, Zim dancehall stars, even Instagram comedians are being subtly or not so subtly robbed into the dynasty narrative. Jah Praiser sings praise songs. Holy Ten gets a free car. Tembalami turns prayer sessions into political endorsements. What's happening isn't random. It's a full-blown psychological operation, a PR campaign where your favorite artist might as well be on the Ministry of Propaganda payroll. Insiders are calling it the influencer strategy. Don't send riot police, send musicians. Don't ban protests, outshine them with a concert. Don't answer tough questions, release a music video about patriotism. Even some churches are playing ball, turning Sunday sermons into government-sponsored TED Talks where Mnangagwa is painted as Moses leading Zimbabwe to the promised land. Never mind that the only thing flowing is fuel money into cronies' pockets and not milk and honey. According to those who have seen the inside of this campaign, the philosophy is simple: glorify the president, drown out dissent, and make tyranny feel like tradition. If it sings, if it dances, it must be good, right? But underneath all that noise lies the real engine of this dynasty: the money. Mnangagwa isn't doing this alone. He's got a cartel cabinet behind him, and they are not in it for patriotism. They are in it for profit. This is where names like Kudakwashe Tagwire, Wicknell Chivayo, and Daniel Garwe enter the chart. These men, according to insiders, are more than just businessmen. They are financiers of the dynasty project. Tagwire allegedly controls the money flow, fuel deals, tenders, offshore accounts, and donations masked as philanthropy. Wicknell, he's the logistics guy, the social media blitz, the public stance, the look at our benevolent leadership seekers. And Garwe, think of him as the internal enforcer, the man who makes sure anyone in government who wavers gets a reminder that loyalty is not optional. They are supposed to remove vendors from the street within the next 48 hours. From ministries to media houses, from gospel awards to influencer giveaways. The money is everywhere, and it all points back to one agenda: keep the Mnangagwas in power. This isn't about good governance, it's about entrenchment. Prop up the president's image, crush dissent quietly, control the narrative, and if any journalist dares ask where the V11 forms are, if any citizen dares to question why elections look more like theater, they are silenced, intimidated, branded as sellouts or enemies of the state. Meanwhile, the praise songs continue, the cars keep rolling, and the dynasty machine hums along, funded by a tender economy and covered in state media gloss. And yet, despite all this planning, this machinery, this deception, Mnangagwa's dream remains fragile. Yes, he wants to be Zimbabwe's Putin. Yes, he admires Xi Jinping for removing term limits and ruling like a demigod. But Zimbabwe is not Russia. Zimbabwe is not China. This is a country that pulled off a coup without a warning. A country where even the soldiers have limits. A country where angry youth, hungry workers, disillusioned war vets, and the diaspora can still shake things up. If Mnangagwa wants to pull this off, he'll need to silence over 60% of the military, buy every MP, rewrite the constitution, and hope no one notices the economy is crumbling while he builds his empire. And that's the point. He might have the guns, the money, and the microphones. But the people still have the numbers, the voices, the power of the constitution. This isn't about ZANU-PF versus Triple C anymore. This is not about Mnangagwa versus Chamisa anymore. This is about a country fighting to stay a democracy instead of being turned into a family business with a national anthem. Every day that passes with silence is one more step towards the coronation. And every person who speaks up, shares a video, educates a neighbor, that's one crack in the foundation of this dynasty. So to the people watching this from Harare, from Kobulawayo, from Gweru, from Johannesburg, from London, from Perth, now is the time. Talk, resist, comment, mobilize. Whether online or offline, in combis or in the boardrooms, in youth meetings or family gatherings, speak up. The dynasty thrives on your silence. Take that away and all they have left is a crown with no subjects. This is Zimwaves TV, where truth still has teeth. Like this if you believe in constitutional power. Share this if you know Zimbabwe is not a birthright. In the comment section, write, "We choose country over dynasty," and subscribe, because when they try to delete the truth, we upload it again, louder, sharper, unstoppable. And to Mnangagwa and his inner circle, your dream might feel sweet today, but power built on betrayal has a funny way of crumbling. And this time, the fall won't come from outside. It will come from within.
Makatambira muroi mumba, muka mupfekedza nguo dzevana, makafunga seiko nai mukanya, makatora bemba mukapa benzi. Takavaona vanhu vezanu vachitamba chiti, ivo vachiti ivo simudza gumbo. Iwe maiweli, tamba maiwe, maiweli, maiwe, maiweli. Wikinero ari pedo anokupa imota, zvigananda zviri pedo. Tamba maiweli. Mnangagwa visa butsu, aita maiweli. Muri kuzviona here? Takavaona vanhu vezanu vachitamba chiti, ivo vachiti ivo simudza gumbo. Iwe maiweli, tamba maiwe, maiweli, maiwe, maiweli. Matakanana ezanu amakatipa, imi mauto ese tinzwe. Kuchema kwedu isu vana veZimbabwe, kusiri kufande kupi. Takavaona vanhu vezanu vachitamba Tamba chiti, ivo vachiti, ivo simudza gumbo. Iwe maiweli, tamba maiwe, maiweli, maiwe, maiweli. Vachezavati, tibisire ingwena. Dimi makaibu ditsa murwizi mayo. Taneta isu vana veZimbabwe. Kupfekedzwa nguo yewaya. Takavaona